Imagine you're walking down the street. It's a nice day. You feel safe. But every 10 blocks, a stranger quietly reaches into your back pocket, pulls out a $5 bill, and walks away. You don't feel it happening, but by the time you get home, your wallet is empty. If a person did this on the street, you would call the police. You would fight back. You would scream. But right now, at this very second, a stranger is doing exactly that to your bank account. And the worst part? You signed a legal contract allowing them to do it. They hide behind boring names like maintenance fees, overdraft protection, or inactivity charges. I call them what they really are, a stupidity tax. In the next 10 minutes, I am going to expose the scam of modern banking. I will show you the dirty tricks they use to reorder your transactions to maximize their profit, how the system is designed to punish the poor while rewarding the rich, and the brutal math of how a $4 coffee can end up costing you more than a steak dinner. And most importantly, I am going to give you a specific script, exact words to say to your bank to get your money back. Stop letting them bleed you dry. Let's plug the hole.
Let's rewind to a Tuesday morning in 2022, the scene of the crime. I was tired, I was broke, I was waiting for my paycheck, which was still 2 days away. I walked into a coffee shop. I ordered a black coffee. Price, $4.50. I tapped my debit card. Beep, approved. Now, pause. When that machine beeped approved, I assumed I had the money. The bank knows my balance instantly. If I didn't have the money, they should have declined the card, right? That would be the helpful thing to do. But that's not how banks work. I drank my coffee, went to work, and felt good. 2 days later, I checked my banking app. I saw the charge for the coffee, $4.50, but right below it, in bright red letters, I saw another charge, Overdraft Fee, $35. My blood ran cold. It turns out I had $4 in my account. I was short by exactly 50 cents. Instead of declining the transaction and saving me, my friendly bank decided to spot me the 50 cents and charge me a $35 penalty for the privilege. Let's look at the math on that. I borrowed $0.50 for 2 days. I paid $35 in interest. If you calculate the APR on that loan, it is something like 30,000%. Loan sharks break your legs if you don't pay, but even the mafia doesn't charge 30,000% interest. This wasn't a service. This was a robbery.
But wait, it gets worse. You might be thinking, Dave, just manage your money better. Sure. But did you know banks used to get sued for something called transaction reordering? Here's how it works. Let's say you have $100 in your account. You buy 3 small coffees for $5 each, and then you pay a $90 electric bill. Logically, if you bought the coffees first, you still had money. You only go broke on the last big bill. That's one overdraft fee. But some banks used to reorder your transactions from highest to lowest at the end of the day. They process the $90 bill first, now you have $10 left. Then they process the first coffee, you have $5 left. Then the second coffee, $0 left. Then the third coffee, boom, overdraft. By changing the order, they charged you 3 fees instead of 1. While regulations have tightened on this, the mindset hasn't. Their algorithms are designed to catch you slipping. They're playing a game against you, and they can see your cards. Banks used to make money by holding your cash and lending it out to other people for mortgages. That was the deal. You lend them money, your savings, and they give you free safety. But that wasn't enough profit. Now they want to charge you for the privilege of holding your money. Let's look at the menu of theft they don't want you to read. The villain number 1, the monthly maintenance fee. This is the most insulting fee of all. Major banks charge you $12 to $15 a month just to have a checking account. Think about that. You are giving them capital to invest, and they are charging you rent. They say, oh, don't worry, you can waive this fee if you keep a minimum balance of $1,500. This brings us to the concept of the poor tax. If you have $50,000, the bank gives you free checking, free checks, maybe even free coffee at the branch. But if you are living paycheck to paycheck and can't keep $1,500 in the account, you pay the fee. It is expensive to be poor. The system is specifically designed to extract wealth from those who have the least of it. The villain number 2, the ATM fee. You want to access your own cash. You go to an ATM that isn't owned by your specific bank because you are in a rush. Your bank charges you $3. The ATM owner charges you $4. Boom. You just paid $7 to access your own $20. That is a 35% instant loss on your money. The villain number 3, the inactivity fee. This is a real thing. If you don't use an account for 6 months, some banks start charging you a fee for dormancy. They are charging you for not bothering them. It is absurd. Why do we accept this? Because of apathy. We think, it's just a few dollars, Dave, chill out. But let's do the compound math. $15 a month fee plus one overdraft, $35, plus a few ATM fees equals roughly $300 a year. If you invested that $300 every year into the S&P 500 for 30 years, that is over $30,000 to $40,000 of lost retirement wealth. You aren't buying convenience, you are burning your future. Okay, enough complaining. Let's get your money back. This is a social engineering hack that works 80% of the time. Banks rely on you being too scared to call. If you've been hit with an overdraft fee or a maintenance fee in the last 12 months, pick up the phone right now. Dial the number on the back of your card. Press 0 until you get a human. Here is the exact script. Write this down. You. Hi, I was reviewing my statement and I noticed a $35 fee. I've been a loyal customer for X years and I'd like to request a courtesy waiver for this fee. Use the phrase courtesy waiver. It is a magic word in customer service. It implies you are a good customer who made a one-time mistake. If they say yes, great. You just made $35 in 2 minutes. That's $1,000 an hour. If they say no, you escalate. I understand. However, I have been looking at other banks that don't charge these fees. I really want to stay with you, but these fees are making it hard. Is there anything you can do to keep me as a customer? Suddenly, the power dynamic shifts. It costs them hundreds of dollars in marketing to acquire a new customer. Giving you back $35 is cheaper than losing you. Stop leaking money. Stop letting strangers reach into your pocket. Check your statement today. Find the leaks. Make the call. Because you need every single dollar for the battle ahead. You see, saving on bank fees is defense, but to win the game of money, you need offense. And the biggest trap waiting for you isn't a $35 overdraft fee. It's a trap that keeps millions of Americans in slavery for decades. It's shiny, it's plastic, and it offers you cash back while stealing your soul. I'm talking about credit cards. In the next video, I'm going to show you how the credit card game is rigged and how to beat them at their own game without paying a cent in interest. Click here to subscribe so you don't miss it. Dave out.